His philanthropic efforts extend internationally, addressing technology education gaps in Ghana through interactive initiatives like opening a computer lab and establishing Sanders Han, Ghana. Beyond speaking engagements and literary contributions, Sebastian serves as a small business consultant through Money Mondays Entertainment Company, hosting a weekly show providing invaluable insights. Put your hands together and welcome our motivational speaker for NCA 2024, Houston Chapter, Sebastian Sanders.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing good? It's an honor and it's a pleasure to be here with you all this morning. I myself didn't get an opportunity to go through a program like this. So for you all to be here on a Saturday morning, that truly means a lot. So before I even start my presentation, I want to give you all a huge round of applause for yourselves for the work that you're doing and the work that you will do in your future. So give it up for yourselves one time. Today, we're going to talk about leadership, leveling up your leadership. What does that look like? You know, leadership is different for everybody. Everybody leads different. Everybody thinks different. Everybody learns different. But today, we're going to walk through a transition of how you are going to level up your leadership through the next journey of your life. So we'll get right in with the presentation. What does leadership mean to you? And I'll walk around and I'll look and see who wants to answer that. But what does leadership look like to you? Yes, sir.
Leadership is taking the initiative and having some vision, trying to move everyone forward in a particular direction.
Okay. I like that. We got any students want to answer? I know it's early, y'all might be shy, but what does leadership look like to you? Yes, sir.
Being able to guide others using the entire group's strength and being able to be supportive.
Okay, I like that. God is a huge word. Let me get one more person. What does leadership look like to you? Yes, sir, in the back. Being a motivator? Okay, I like that. See, we all have different definitions of leadership. It looks different for all of us. Leadership for me, and I'll walk you guys through a story, how I define my leadership. When I defined leadership, it was two instances in my life. One, when I was 12 years old, about 15 years ago, it was Christmas. My parents usually was getting me gifts, shoes, and clothes and stuff like that. And this Christmas, I'll never forget, it was the year the Cool Grades was coming out. So my dad was like, son, do you want money or do you want gifts? Naturally, as a 12-year-old, I'm like, yeah, I want some money. So my dad said, I'm gonna give you $500. So I'm excited, I'm hyped. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna get the Cool Grades. I'm about to go buy this new game. I'm gonna do all this. Before I could buy anything, my parents sat me down and said, you have to buy your grandmother a gift, your brother a gift, mom and dad, and your cousins. I'm mad because you told me you're giving me $500. Now I got to go buy everybody else a gift. I'm annoyed. I can't even get my shoes now because all my money is gone to everybody else. But in that moment, I didn't realize that God was preparing my steps. He was preparing me for leadership. So the first year that they did this, I was mad. I didn't like it. The second year, I'll never forget this. I got my grandmother a $25 Red Lobster gift card. I remember we were sitting at the table. She was like, oh, baby, thank you so much. I'm going to take myself out and give me some cheddar biscuits. And I'm laughing. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, this feels good because I got to see my grandmother smile. And ever since then, I understood the importance of leadership and giving. So God was building my steps up for me to be a natural born leader in the nonprofit industry. And the second time I defined leadership for myself when I was in college, right around your age. And I was trying to be a rapper. Keyword trying, right? I wanted to be a rapper so bad. I'm a huge Tupac fan. I love rap music. So I was in college. I'm a sophomore. For Christmas, I had got the studio equipment. And I got the studio in my dorm room. Every night, I'm making all this noise. My homies is mad at me like, man, turn that down. And so I produced my first song. And I'm like, yeah, this the one. I get in the car, and we're going to a party, right? You guys are going to be in college soon, so you know what college partying looks like. So we're getting to go into the party. My bro was like, who wants to get the aux? I said, I got it. Give me the aux. I get the aux. I play some Lil Uzi. This is like 2016. This is like Lil Uzi and Lil Yachty's coming out. And then everybody's hyped. So I was like, okay, I got him now. I play my song. Somebody in the back was like, man, who that? I said, that's me. Turn that off. I was like, oh, man. it ruined my dreams, right? It ruined my rap dreams and all of that. I thought I was going places. I had the chain. I had everything. I thought I was going places. But it didn't work out for me. But in that moment, I defined leadership because I found my voice. I figured out that God was preparing me through giving, but now it's my opportunity to define my leadership and use my voice to speak. So me failing through that instance of wanting to be a rapper, it led to me defining my voice, and it led to me start speaking to students like yourself. I kid you guys not, I tried the rap thing. It didn't work out. A month later, I founded my nonprofit organization in my college dorm. And then I began speaking all across the world to students like yourself. And so as a leader and as a young leader, you're going to fail your way to your success as a leader. It's not always going to be a one-way street. You're going to have some curveballs and you're going to have some detours. But when you do, those are the moments that you define yourself. If I didn't go through that transition of trying to write a song, I wouldn't know how to write a book. I wouldn't know how to write a speech. I wouldn't know how to write a curriculum. If I didn't go through my transition of wanting to be a rapper, I wouldn't know how to be in front of you today, using this microphone, speaking and inspiring you. I wouldn't even know how to get on the TEDx stage if I didn't try to become a rapper or whatever I wanted to do. And so that's what leadership looks like. But leadership is different for everybody. Everybody's going to go through something different. And so that's why I asked that question is, what does leadership look like to you? Because it starts now. It don't start when you get on college campus in the next few months. It don't start 5 years from now. It starts now because what you're doing is the path that you're on, you're determining your future. Everything that you go through in life, it prepares you for the next phase of life. So right now, you're young. You may not think too much about life. You're just ready to get to college and have some fun. But trust me, that foundational year, your freshman year in college, is going to determine the next 4 years and what that looks like for you. If you want to go and get a big job somewhere, you want to be an entrepreneur, whatever you want to do, it all starts now, okay? So now I want to talk about the qualities of a leader. What does leadership look like? The first one is vision. You have to see it to believe it. As a leader, you have to have the vision. How many of y'all feel like you got a strong vision and you feel like you can lead everybody to success? You can be real with me. Okay, we got a few hands in here. You have to have the vision as a leader. My first role, fresh out of college, I was a sales manager at PepsiCo. I was 22. They moved me to Oklahoma City. I was managing a team of 13 sales representatives in Oklahoma. I had a $1 million territory. And my staff was literally twice my age. But I had to become a leader and use my vision and use my youthfulness. And so you have to have that vision as a leader. If I'm going to follow you, I have to know where we're going. So if you're a person that wants to lead people to the next level, where are you going? What does that vision look like, right? The next one is empathy. You have to have empathy as a leader. You're going to go through some things and the people around you are going to go through some things. But if you learn to empathize with others and you learn to be empathetic in different situations, you can lead people, right? Because we're all going through things in life. You know, the time that empathy hit me is when I was in Oklahoma City and my younger brother was 16, 17. My brother had got cancer at the time. And I had to figure out how can I be an empathetic leader to my mom because my mom was calling me every day when I was in Oklahoma City just crying. And I don't know about you guys, but that's a different type of pain when your mama or somebody is calling you crying every day because she doesn't know how to lead my younger brother through this transition of life. I had to step up and be a leader for my family. I've been leading in business for the last 10 years, but I had to figure out how to be a leader as a man, as a family man, and I had to learn how to be empathetic. And life is going to hit you with some things, especially as a leader, especially as the person everybody's looking up to. Life is going to hit you. We go through ups, we go through downs, but it's about how you get back up, how you keep going, how you keep pushing forward. The next one is integrity. You have to have integrity as a leader. You have to be trustworthy. People have to know that they can confide in you for the right reason. You're going to have their back and support. Integrity goes a long way because don't always do the easy thing. Sometimes you just got to do the right thing. And sometimes it's hard in life, especially in business, especially in college. I remember, I never forget this when I was in college. One of our professors, he was an older professor, and somebody had leaked his test online. And we were all studying his test, and we got the answers and all of that. Somehow, some way, he figured out me and my roommate had the answers. I can't tell you how he figured that out. But he called us to the office, and me and my best friend sitting there. He's like, "Man, what you gonna say?" I was like, "I don't know. What you gonna say?" We trying to figure it out, and he called us in there, and he said, "Guys, I know my test is out there, but he said, do you know who leaked it or whatever?" This is a time as a young leader that I had to step up because I'm in the College of Business. I'm in my degree now. I'm about to get ready and graduate, and I had to step up and tell him, like, "Sir, I don't know exactly what happened. It got leaked, but I'll make sure I put an end to it," because I was his teacher assistant at the time, quote unquote. And so, you know, I was called, and I had to learn how to have integrity. I had to build trust. And so somebody's gonna call you at some point. Your mom, your dad, your professor, somebody's gonna call you. And when they call you, are you gonna step up to the plate and answer? And the last one that I want to talk about as far as, qualities is courage. Do you have the courage to step up when things get hard? How many of y'all been through something in life, and you can raise your hand, you've been through something in life and you feel like you was defeated? And I know you're young, so you may not necessarily have a lot, but stuff happens, right? What do you do to pick yourself back up? Anybody brave enough to talk about it? Yes, sir. You have to learn how to rely on people? Yeah, I like that, definitely. Who else? Anybody else wants to go? Yes, sir.
Remind myself why I'm doing it.
There you go. You remind yourself. Guys, it's important as a leader, you determine your why. Why are you here today? Why are you going to college? Why am I choosing this degree? Everybody's born with a purpose, whether you know it or not. We all have something inside of us, but it's up to you to make that purpose and that why a reality. And it all starts right now, guys. So whatever that keeps you going, whatever that wakes you up each and every day, you determine your why, because those go with the qualities of being a leader. You know, a powerful quote that I read years ago was that the most talent that you will find is hidden in the graveyard. And that's true because people live their whole life and they may have something great inside of them, but they may not have the courage, the confidence, the integrity. They don't even have the leadership to make it a reality. But I want to challenge that quote and say, I think the most talent that we will ever find is in the elementary school, middle school, and high schools, because there's students like you, millions and billions of students like yourself, walking around with some amazing ideas that's going to change the world. You guys are our future. You are the next generation of leaders, and it all starts today. And so if you feel like you're not a leader today and you don't have those qualities, that's okay. But I want you to leave here inspired and motivated to figure out what that looks like for yourself, because now it's your time. It's your time to go out there and show the world what you're made of. Now it's your time to be the next, whatever you want to be, the next billionaire, the next millionaire, or the only millionaire coming from your family. Whatever it is, you have the opportunity to change the trajectory of your family. You literally have the keys to generational wealth and success to change the life for your family. You know, one of the quotes that I love, just because you don't come from a rich family doesn't mean a rich family can't come from you. You can change the trajectory of a lot of things. You have it. And I know you have it because you're here on a Saturday morning. I've heard great things about you. And so take those keys and make it a reality. So we want to go to this next slide. And I want to talk about the steps to level up your leadership. Let's walk through these steps. The first one is self-awareness. You have to be real with yourself. When you look in the mirror, you have to be real with self. Now, we can lie to our friends, we can lie to our families, but you can't lie to self. You can't go home lying to yourself, right? Be self-aware. I know I'm not good at certain things. You know, when I first started off, I thought I was a good rapper, but in reality, I wasn't. So I wasn't self-aware at first, but I grew self-awareness. I know it's certain things that I can't do as a leader, and that's when I rely on others, right? So the first thing is self-awareness. Second is continue learning. You always have to continue learning. I graduated from UTSA 5 years ago, but I feel like I'm still in school because I'm investing in myself. I'm going to different conferences. I'm networking. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on social platforms. I'm connecting with others. I'm doing ways to invest back into myself, because it doesn't stop when you get that diploma in the next 4 years. Life doesn't stop then. Always continue learning, right? You never want to stop, because knowledge is power. That's one thing that they can't take away from you. They can take away everything else, but they cannot take away your education and your knowledge. The next one is building relationships. How many of y'all would say you're good at building relationships? Okay, I like that. You know, I want to give you guys a story on why building relationships is so important. When I first started my nonprofit organization in my college dorm, I was a 18-year-old, I think maybe 19, college student. I had a part-time job. I wasn't making a lot of money like that. You know, I'm just living like a normal college student. When I started this organization, I didn't have any resources. I didn't even have any money, but I started to network. I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with the term shoot your shot, right? Sliding in the DMs, right? Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. You're looking around. All right. So I used to do it for the wrong reasons, and I started doing it for the right reasons. So I'm not going to get into that, but I'll tell you what I did for the right reasons. I started to shoot my shot, and I started to network via LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. And I was just connecting with people. Hey, my name is Sebastian Sanders. I started this organization. Can you help me out? Blah, blah, blah. Can we get coffee? Whatever. I never forget, I connected with this lady. She was running for councilwoman in San Antonio. I think it was like District 2 or something like that. We met a few times, and she started to like myself in the organization. She started to volunteer with us. Did you know this lady probably didn't even know me more than like my last name? She wrote me a $1,000 check. She said, I like the work that you're doing. I believe in you. She wrote me a $1,000 check. I took that $1,000 check and I filed for our 501c3. What that means is as a nonprofit, you're official by the IRS. And I got my organization off the ground, and I was certified, and I didn't have no money. I mean, literally, I didn't have no money. I was eating noodles and whatever else we was eating at the time. I can't even think of, but I didn't have no money. I was a broke college student. But that lady gave me $1,000, and that's because I leveled up my leadership. I built a network. And that's how I got to be the person I am today. I'm only 27 years old, and I tell people, you know, it's God for one, but it's also, you know, I put in the work, and it's not what you know, it's who you know. So as a leader, continues to network. You got some companies in the back, you got some mentors around here. Talk to somebody, because that can be a job, that can be a scholarship, that's just an internship. You never know who you're talking to. Take an initiative. As a leader, you have to step up. You have to say, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I can't look for change, I have to be the change. You know, sometimes we make excuses and we always complain about something. We're like, man, somebody should do that or somebody should do that. No, as a leader, you step up and do it. Because I was one of those people. I was like, man, I'll raise my hand for any and everything. I was the high school basketball captain and middle school captain. I was a class clown. I was always doing something, getting in front of people. So I always had that leadership thing inside of me. But sometimes you have to take initiative even when you don't want to, okay? And my last one is mentorship. I cannot harp on this more than enough, guys. Mentorship would take you a long way. So raise your hand, and if you need a mentor, that's what we're here for you. And if we cannot, specifically help you in the industry, we can find somebody that will, okay? And my last thing that I want to touch on before we walk out of here today is I want you guys to be the change. I want you to think about your life. Reflect on your journey. Think about where you've been and think about where you're going. And remember this, leadership, it's not about, what you do today. Leadership is a destination, right? It's a journey in itself. It's about what you're going to do in the next 5 to 10 years. Every move that you make, every person that you hang around, every relationship that you get into, everything that you do from here on out depicts your future, guys. And trust me, life is going to come fast. And things are going to hit you pretty fast. And I want you to be prepared for it. But I want you to feel that I'm a young leader. I have the confidence in myself. I'm inspired. And I can do whatever God has put me on this earth to do. And the last thing that I want to leave you with here today is when you walk out of here, think about what you're going to do next week to be a leader. And the reason why I said next week, I don't want you to wait till next year to be a leader. No, you start now. What you're going to do when you leave here, write it down, text it to yourself, text it to your mama, your daddy, figure out what that is. But you leave here and say, in the next week, I am going to do this to help me become a leader. And with that being said, I wish you all the best. You're going to do some great things. I can't wait to hear about your stories. I can't wait to see how I can support you. But most of all, I cannot wait to see you guys make history. Because as I look around this room, it's nothing but excellence. And you are the future. And that's the reason why I wake up every day to do the work that I do and work with students teaching the skills that I teach, because you are the future. And with that being said, may God bless you all. Thank you so much. Don't look for change, be the change. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir.